Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Let's continue chasing rumors. And there should be one here in the Warhammer 4 system. Yet, I don't see anything. That's probably not worth it, but I have the extractiums, I may as well use them. And now we don't have to come back to this system. Okay, well we're definitely here. I don't see an anomaly. Let's check out the edge of the system. Just kind of follow around the asteroid belt. There's another one here, but I don't think there's going to be anything here right now. It could be in a surrounding system, but this one does specifically say in the Warhammer 4 system. But it could be tied to a future quest. So, we'll head south. They had another one down here in Mundus Nullus. Lord Captain, I bring you new information about the Xeno device that you discovered during your time away. Ever since your return, Tech Priests have been making every effort to comprehend the nature of this mysterious technology, and they have succeeded to an extent. After many rituals and pleas to the Machine God, they awakened the Xeno artifact. For but a moment, they produced a holographic copy of a planet and coordinates that match the location in Langren's belt. Perhaps you will wish to see with your own eyes what this destination holds. Well, thank you, Vigdis, but I've already read that rumor. That's where Tavantius should be at. Hi, Mundus Nullus. Abandoned Palace.
Keep your wits about you.
Bonebreaker Maul. When you hit an enemy with the Bonebreaker Maul, the target must pass a toughness resistance test with a -10 penalty or fall prone and gain random trauma. Well, that seems pretty good. And it does more damage than the Power Axe, so we're going to swap that out.
One and it's done.
The desiccated manuscripts date back a dozen centuries. This palace is probably one of the oldest outposts of the Imperium.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Enforcer Light Boots. Whenever the wearer parries an attack, they immediately strike back at the attacker. As attack deals damage, the wearer performs kick to push the enemy away. That seems really good. Now, does the kick from the boots also give you a stack of versatility? Because if so, this is really good. I can always test it, I guess. Crusade Plate Gloves. Whenever the wearer deals damage with a heavy weapon to an enemy, the enemy suffers plus 1 stack of Perplexed. If 3 more stacks of Perplexed are already on the target, wearer's attacks also inflict staggered for 2 rounds. Could give that to Argenta. Shroud of Dauntlessness. Whenever the wielder performs a heroic act or desperate measure, they gain plus 2 AP, plus 6 MP, and 2 times toughness bonus temporary wounds. Yeah, I think that's pretty blatantly better. I lose some damage if I do this. That's only 3, though. We'll see how she performs in the next combat, and then possibly swap back. Now this is hard to give up. So the Greaves of the Black Archon, I don't really care for that first effect. The second one, though, plus 15% critical damage, is phenomenal. She's not going to parry.
My pleasure.
Another Bonebreaker Maul. I assume that was unique. But I'd be wrong. Bloodsign Decree. Decree of gubernatorial will. By the grace of the God Emperor of mankind, we, Jam and Nigel von Powin, for the good of our world and the deliverance of our people from the wrath of the heavens and the fury of distant stars, hereby command to provide for the needs of the governor's office. No more and no fewer than 20 faithful young men and maidens picked in accordance with our instructions, each 7th rotation around the heavenly body. Robust and firm in body and spirit, voluptuous in shape, of similar height and stature, dainty and beautiful, fair of hair and with eyes the color of midday sky. So shall it be. A potential Slanesh cult on this planet.
Rise to the top,
Attention to detail
or
is
get
the
left
key
in
to
the
success.
dust.
At least that was, I think that's a combat servitor, right? As opposed to yeah. Better than a pleasure servitor. Broken Vox. I cannot go on like this, Helona. I cannot. I serve my master loyally, as did my father and his father before that. But this cannot continue. No. No, I am tired. To bury the corpses of murderers and traitors to the Imperium is the noble thing to do. But now I must conceal the deaths of these innocent young men and women. They are almost children. Cursed be the day when the governor became the ruler of this world. I will break this vicious cycle. This I promise. Tonight, I will flee the estate, and together we will journey to the Star Speakers. They will warn the servants of the God Emperor about the heresy lurking in these walls. They will return for us. They will save us. Just wait for me, Helona. Just wait until I return. Okay, so I think that's tied to the rumor. We pull it up. I might have them mixed up. Oh no, this is about the colonists. I was thinking maybe he succeeded and reached the Star Speakers. They called for a ship that disappeared.
And done.
Corrupted noble. Well, I guess that answers that question.
Is there money to be made?
A lushly dressed, vaguely human-like carcass reclines back into a massive Clixian oak armchair. Callous brownish-blue patches cover the dead flesh, overlapping one another like snake scales. The hands, claws of exposed bone, cradle a grotesquely bloated face. The creature's chest remains motionless, and its eyes stay tightly closed, and yet the muscles on the distorted face twitch ever so briskly when you approach. Heinrich raises a hand, commanding you to stop, and then presses an index finger to his lips. His face is more tense than usual, and there's a semblance of doubt in his eyes. The interrogator gestures toward the exit. Okay, whatever's happening here has him shook too. Argenta draws her weapon, looks at you, and cocks a questioning eyebrow. Open fire on the carcass. When it comes to heresy, when in doubt, open fire. Sharp scales break away from the dense skin with every shot, and the creature's flesh is torn apart by countless projectiles that reduce its ugly carcass to a bloody pulp. The mutilated face, completely stripped of skin and even bones, grins at you with the demented smile of a severed jaw. The sole remaining eye hangs from a bare nerve and glares angrily, shimmering with an unnatural yellow light. Light of the throne. Jai clutches the Aquila, looking at the creature's corpse with disgust. I had to deal with mutants both in the sewers of Footfall and in the depths of the Underhives. But this one, did you see his eyes? They burn like embers in the empty eye sockets. Do not think me a coward, Lord Captain, but I prefer to leave this place as soon as we can. Who knows how many such creatures lurk in the palace depths? The creature's flesh starts swiftly regenerating before your very eyes. Within seconds, the bones are once again fused together. The vessels, internal organs, and nervous system grow back. The spatter of blood flows back toward the carcass, being absorbed through the exposed tissue and rapidly recovering scale-marked skin. The same creature is standing before you a moment later, but this time its fiery yellow eyes are burning with anger. Thema Odrift, Pakch, Vingold Mech. I do not like playing with my food. The creature angrily shakes its chins in an effort to remember human speech, its jowls melting into its shoulders and faintly glowing ribcage. A peculiar accessory shaped like a scarab and covered in luminous vermilion glyphs has painfully lodged itself into the flesh of the creature, something that undoubtedly used to be a man. Shaped like a scarab. Makes me think Necrons, but I don't recall anything off the top of my head that's a Necron that can do that. Or a non-Necron. Necrons can regenerate. That's one of their mechanics, like in Dawn of War, for instance. Each Necron model has a 50% chance of coming back. You've heard of the powerful Xeno artifacts from the distant Halo stars, discovered by humanity millennia ago. Artifacts that belong to a race more ancient than the most venerable among the Eldari. Artifacts most impure, fatally dangerous, forbidden the Imperium on threat of the cruelest of tortures, and yet capable of granting the darkest of human desires. That means to cheat death and to embrace life eternal. So the Halo stars are called that because they're the stars that are on the outermost edge of the galaxy. They create a halo around the galaxy. And there's some weird and terrifying stuff that happens out there in 40k. I'm thinking this is a Halo device. Rogue Trader, stay back. Heinrich grabs his weapon, and the air around you shimmers with otherworldly frost. Yeah, there it is. The bearers of the Halo devices pose a grave threat, even to the finest agents of the Inquisition. They are fast, strong, immune to poisons, and... Heinrich stammers. Immortal. Halo Oculus. There are many legends among the cold traders about the ancient Xeno artifacts lost among the stars of the Cronus Expanse and the Calixis Sector. A little something that would make you more influential than the Honorable Navis Nobilite, and just as wealthy as the esteemed Rogue Traders. The price of immortality. Jai presses the Aquila to her lips. Not even in my own heart does the flame of greed burn hotly enough to betray humanity and stain my soul forever. Attack. Begone, monster. Brats, Ankh, Bistefke, Ams, Hengulf, E. Rest Co. Amj. The elucidator fails to interpret the twisted speech taking root in your mind like a pestilent weed. The creature contentedly smacks its lips. I will finally taste the savory flesh again. He's got pretty good... Oh wow, almost 2,000 health. Natural armor we've seen, disturbed we've seen. Choosing the game. And the end of their turn? At the end of their turn, the corrupted noble chooses his prey, applying the game for the feast effect on them. Creatures with this effect suffer 50% more damage from the noble's attacks. If the noble hits his target, he regains 10% wounds and removes this effect. Hunting down. At the end of their turn, the corrupted noble moves to the nearest servitor with either the Searching for Blood or Searching for Fear effect active. This movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. If there are no servitors with such effects, the corrupted noble stays put. We've seen Bestial Rage, Natural Armor, Combat Master, the Transformed. The corrupted noble has an unnatural immunity to stunned, slowed, and staggered effects, yet he permanently suffers 3 stacks of the disturbed effect. Grim Satisfaction. At the start of his turn, the corrupted noble restores 5% of his maximum wounds for each creature with bleeding in combat. No Light in Darkness. The corrupted noble suffers 125% more fire damage. Good thing we have Argenta with us. And the Halo device itself. The wearer gains the following. Plus 25 strength, toughness, agility, and perception. Uses agility instead of intelligence, toughness instead of willpower, and strength instead of fellowship. Immunity to injuries and traumas. Regenerates toughness bonus divided by 2 wounds per turn. Whenever the wearer kills an enemy, any damage they deal is increased by 1% until the end of combat, while their intelligence, willpower, and fellowship are reduced by -1, no less than 1 until the end of combat.
Rejoice in battle!
Our foes reek of cowardice.
My place is at the fore. Indeed.
Ooh, 7 damage.
Don't get too cocky. I can do that with the right incentive. You've got a problem, I've got a price. I can do that with the right incentive. Don't get too cocky. Faith without deeds is...
Alright, start wailing on this guy, I guess.
So it shall. See how the wolf succeeds! I have become the All-Father's worthy instrument!
At your beck and call.
Also, I'm supposed to use defensive stance first.
Oh, my ears are ringing. Victory is imminent. I've suffered worse.
Good news is, Heinrichs does fire damage too. And once he gets ramped up, I'll probably two-shot this guy.
You bite like a pop!
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
It's gonna light this guy on fire too. I'll just use this turn to buff up Heinrichs. I kind of want to send him towards these guys in the back.
For the throne's glory.
Let's make some opportunities.
And that was it, both of them. We're gonna do that, knock him, wow, all the way back there. Good swing, buddy. Swing away, George.
Didn't flinch.
High momentum. I won't object to it.
Pop that, pop this.
Naturally. I'm done with this one. I won't object to. Be gone.
Alright, extra attack, or let's give him a whole new turn. We take out all these guys down here, I think.
Your reckoning is due. Get me a target.
Almost. Can I do this and attack? Or is it gonna stop me? It's gonna stop me. Oh, hey there, Abelard. I think Abelard will be okay.
Wanna see a trick?
Holy terror, smite, be gone. The Inquisition. I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Alright, good job, buddy.
Tell me, and it is done.
Let's see to it. But of course, look.
When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed. None can do this better than a warrior of the Allfather. My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin!
At your beck and call.
Oh, this guy's still alive.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed.
Voila! Alright, do we get that Halo device? I'm guessing we do.
I always have a backup plan.
You usually don't want to use those. You'll definitely lose control of yourself if you do. Also has the Tempestus Carapace, the Fortress World Origin, which we've seen before. I'm pretty sure that's what Abelard has equipped, right? Base armor property, +2 deflection against range attacks, and ward property, +10 toughness. We already read the Halo device effects. There's flavor text. An artifact of an ancient Xenos civilization that even the acolytes of the Order of Xenos know little about. Properties: recovery from irreversible injuries, inhuman strength, immortality, unknown. Threat level, Fatalis Maxima. Recommendations: immediately consign the artifact to oblivion on a desolate world, report the coordinates to the Holy Inquisition. So I'm guessing if we try to equip that, it'll
Keep your wits about you.
act like a cursed weapon or cursed piece of equipment that you can't take off. The ingenious creation of an unknown craftsman shimmers, hypnotizing you with its faintly glowing patterns. The trinket is so captivating, you cannot take your eyes off it. When you try to shift it into your other hand, you notice that it can barely separate from your skin. There are thousands of fine flagella stretching between the surface and your palm. You tear the device off with effort, and see countless tiny droplets of scarlet left behind. A Halo device. Onyx reaches out sharply and pries a mysterious object from your hand. A cursed Xenos creation that twists the mind, and soon the body of its master. An item subject to the Inquisition's general decree of total annihilation. In this matter, my authority exceeds your privilege, Lord Captain. So did I just lose it? I did. I'm curious if we go Or if we don't have Heinrichs in our party, if someone else stops you. I'm also curious what happens if you go to the ship and try to equip it since you're not in a party. So it's best I don't equip it on my dogmatic character, but I could see on a heretical or even an iconoclast run equipping it. But I can't justify it as a dogmatic character, because you wouldn't want to use Xenos weapons anyway. Or Xenos equipment. I keep calling it a weapon. Alright, real quick, let's do some trading, and then we'll wrap up the episode, and next time pursue some more rumors. Let's look at this real quick. So we have Adeptus Astartes equipment here. That looks a lot like Sister of Battle power armor anyway, plus it looks like it's perfect for, well, almost perfect for Argenta. She doesn't need the strength. Unless you don't take the talent that reduces the requirement for heavy weapons. But that first effect is fantastic. So I had talked about giving Heinrich's heavy armor proficiency. What I might do is just skip that and give him power armor proficiency and pursue this. Give that to him, give this to Argenta. And focus on... Oh, wow. Good stuff down here. I focus on maxing out the Drusians, because I don't think we're going to be able to max out all of the factions. I'm going to prioritize the one that fits with my character the most, which is the Drusians, followed by the Mechanicus. So new Power Maul, which is better damage-wise, significantly max damage-wise. The Bonebreaker Maul. I might grab that. Or equip it. I mean, we're definitely going to grab it. It's free. Cursed Boots. If the wearer did not spend MP during their turn, they double their cover efficiency and gain immunity to the force movement effects until the end of the wearer's next turn. That might be good for Jai. I don't remember what she has equipped. Are there any Thunderhammers available? What is this? Medium armor. Okay. Alright, here's a Thunderhammer, and it's better than our current one. Kind of. We do lose armor penetration. Yeah, I'm going to prioritize the Drusians, and then we'll try to max out the Mechanicus. And if we have any other stuff, we'll give it to these guys. Just a quick look at his stuff. It looks like if you keep Maragi and Irliet in your party, you'd probably want to max out the Casbalica. And I see some more Xeno stuff here, possibly, yeah, quite a bit of Psyker stuff. And a Heavy Bolter. Which I went the Flamer route with Argenta, so... Okay. And also some Reticle stuff. Neat. Oh, we have new stuff here. So an R50 Auspex Multiband. Provides 4-ship weapons with targeting data, granting 98% hit chance and 5% critical hit chance. So we gain 8% to hit chance and lose 15% critical hit chance. Honestly, I think the Ultimo Array is better. I don't care for crit builds, but I also don't want to lose 15% crit chance. Scrap container times 4. This item is immediately consumed, granting you 100 scrap, or 400 in this case. Let's do our ship upgrades real quick. Next time, we're going to take care of our colony projects. I think a couple of them said they're at the next stage of their development, so we can do the max level projects. Which usually comes with some sort of dialogue and decision we have to make, so we'll probably spend most of next time doing that. Now for this, I think I prefer just the hit chance. I mean, the crits come in handy a few times. I don't think it really matters at this point. I'm going to stick with the Ultimo Array because that would be more damage. And we don't really miss our shots very frequently anyway. I'll put that in the cargo. And one more thing, let's talk to Heinrichs and see if he has that Halo device.
To what do I owe this visit?
He does not. Alright, well, I'm going to call it here, and next time, we're going to take care of our colony projects and pursue more rumors before we head to Footfall. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.